What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we're going to be cleaning out the indoor tank, ready for quarantining for the new fish, and we're also going to be going over a few basics of how I would quarantine my new fish. So make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can keep up to date with our future uploads. If you haven't already, make sure you go and check out our brand new series, Tank Tours. We've already done 3 episodes now, so make sure you go and watch those. As you probably saw in the previous episode, the fish are finally outdoors, and hopefully the fish that has dropsy had dropsy should I say, is hopefully going to be going out soon as well. So the tank is now empty and it needs cleaning out, ready for the new arrivals. So I'm going to give it a good old clean, and then we're going to go over a few basic principles for quarantine. And in the next video you see, the new fish will be here. I will do a live unboxing for you. Fingers crossed they all arrive safe and sound, and then we're going to do some in-depth quarantine talk for those, because I feel like it's a very essential video that needs to be put out there. When you're buying fish from any source, you need to quarantine them, no matter where you get them from, because it's not worth risking your whole collection just by introducing one fish. So let's start off with the cleaning, and then we can get on to a few basic quarantining rules. First up, we're going to drain the remaining water out of the tank. As I said, I used about 70 to 80% to fill up the outdoor tank, and there's just a little bit left, so I'm going to use the gravel vac just to get any waste, because I'm going to be removing all of the sand that's in here as well, so I can keep the tank as clean as possible. And I also want to store the sand in case I want to use it in future. I'm also going to be wiping down the sides and getting rid of all of this algae as well. And also the fish that are currently outside, they settled in really well. I didn't feed them on the first day because I didn't want any potential internal complications, as they will be a little bit stressed from moving. But the next day I did feed them and they ate really well, so that's great news. So I'm now going to get on with draining the rest of this and then removing all of the sand. As you can see, I'm siphoning all of the waste out, all of that diatom algae that had built up all over the sides. I just used a little bit of filter fleece to clean that all off, and off the glass as well. I'm going to be flushing the tank out with some buckets of fresh tap water, so I'm going to pour that in just so I can keep clearing out all the dirty water, and then hopefully the sand will be pretty clean. And then I'm just going to use a dustpan just to scoop up that sand, get it all out of the tank, so we can make that nice and fresh for the fish. Hopefully you can see I've got most of the sand out, the majority of it's all in these bags, and I'm going to keep it in these bags for storage. I'm probably going to double bag them just so they don't split. Now I've just got to get the rest of the sand out, and then I'm just going to wipe it all down with some kitchen roll, make sure all the algae's gone, everything's nice and clean, and there's no remnants of any dirt or any sand. And then we're going to go over a few basics of how I get this tank ready for the fish that will be coming in, so it's suitable for them and it's all set up correctly. So as you can hopefully see, the tank is now empty. There's no sand in the bottom, it's completely clear. Let me just angle the camera down for you. So you can see it's completely cleaned out, completely empty. I've cleaned all the sides and the glass. So the next step I'm going to, in about 3 days, I'm going to fill it back up with water. Probably not quite to the top, I reckon about 45 centimetres. I'll leave 10-15 centimetres at the top, just because I don't need the tank to be too deep, because only 3 fish are actually going in it. And then, as you saw in the previous episode where I put the fish outside in the pond, I'm going to take the dual filter, the spare one that was off there, and I'm going to put it in the tank, so we'll have some circulation and some flow. And then as soon as the fish arrive, I will remove the mature media from the dual filter in the outdoor tank, and I will fill this one up straight away. Hopefully by then the fish that had dropsy in the hospital tank will be done and it will be healed back to normal, so hopefully we can use those sponge filters as well in this tank, because they will still be mature, they'll still have bacteria on them, and it's not any pathogens or any parasites that could be transmittable to the new fish. That will also provide us with lots of aeration and lots of oxygen, because when you are quarantining your new fish, they must have lots of air, lots of oxygen, and also lots of filtration. I will be conducting water changes on this tank every 2 to 3 days for at least the first 2 weeks. About a 50% change will do. And these will also be heated to 28 degrees. I know some of you might be shocked at that temperature, but that is what the temperature that they've been in Thailand from the breeder, and that is what he recommends. Now, the fish have been in 28 to 30 degree water. They're going to come into my transhipper, then they will travel to me with heat packs. So the whole journey, the whole process they've been through will be around 26 to 30 degrees. And then I'm going to place them into here at 28 degrees, and then after 2 weeks I will slowly reduce the temperature down to around 24 degrees over a 1 week period, and then the week after they will be reduced down to about 22 degrees, which will hopefully be what the outdoor pond is. And then as the summer comes, the water temperatures will heat back up, and the fish will, I'd say, be in an ambient temperature of around 24 to 26 degrees throughout a few months through the summer. Also, I need a lot of medication on hand, because if I see any pathogens or any bacterial problems, I need to nail them quickly, and I need to get onto those very fast. So hopefully you saw I got a package of methylene blue, which is a very good treatment, but I wouldn't place it directly into the tank because it will absolutely destroy your filter bacteria, so it's best as a bath treatment. As much as I don't prefer or like to do bath treatments, this may be necessary for the new arrivals. I'm also going to get some fluke and deworming medication, and also I've got some Epsom salt coming, but I doubt I will have to use Epsom salt for the new arrivals. I also will have some salt and some aquaflavin, because it is good to add a little bit of salt. For salt dosage, have a look at my video that I did all on salt. I did that about 6 weeks ago, I think it was now, around that. So if you want to look at what I'd normally use, then have a look at that video. I'm probably going to keep this tank at around 3 parts per thousand, but I will only add salt if I need to. The fish have also been starved for 5 days prior to travel, just so there's no build-up of waste or ammonia in the bags. Obviously the bags will have lots of ammonia in them, as the fish will excrete that anyway, but this helps reduce this level within the bag. And then once they arrive to me, I'm going to be starving them for 2 to 3 days, just to make sure that there's no problems, because after long travels they can potentially have an internal problem, and although it's good to give them food so they can start fighting off any potential problems, we also need to starve them so they can get used to the water. The bacteria is going to be different, the water parameters will be different. Just like when you fly across the world, say you're going from the UK to Australia, you feel a bit funny, your tummy doesn't feel quite right, you might feel a bit nauseous, a bit sick. Well, the fish are feeling that as well. Whereas if I was going on a 3 to 4 hour drive across the country, I'd still feel the same. I might be a little bit tired from the journey, but I wouldn't be as stressed or as nauseous as I would if I was travelling all the way across the world. So that's another thing to think about. And when the fish arrive, I'm going to go more into depth on the processes that I will take, the potential medications that I will need to use as well. So look out for that video, because although it may be a little bit boring and some of you may think it's quite unnecessary, when you've got lots of fish already in a tank, you don't want to be subjecting them to any new virus, parasites, etc. So in about 3 days I'm going to fill this tank up. The next video you see will be of me unboxing the fish on camera. So I'm going to get the tank all prepared up in the week, so as soon as you see the next video, that yeah, the new fish are going to be arriving, and I can't wait. I'm so excited for them to come. So I won't show you any pictures of what fish are coming just yet, but we have 3 fish coming, and I hope they survive travel. I hope they have no complications, but if they do, we will deal with those problems, and we will go through those together, me and you guys, and I will show you what I will do for that, so maybe you can apply that in any future situations where you get new fish. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all of you watching, all of you that like the videos, and all of you that comment. If you want, just pop a comment below and I'll get back to you straight away. I answer all of the comments. If you've got any queries, questions, or any future video ideas, just pop them down below. Give the video a like. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.